because you're just like you're not a robber, you're just a moving company. Um, so like it seems like all the world's criminals should just come to America on that basis, because it's it's much easier to be a career criminal in America than it is in other countries where there's not that much to steal.
Yeah.
So we've seen a massive increase in crime in the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah. May I ask a question
Of
on
course,
that?
yeah.
So I read that, for instance, in California, by the way, I'm very sorry what's happening there. It's terrible. It's really terrible to see. It's terrible. But in the case of California, that they just lifted the prosecution of theft because you have so many cases of theft. Is it true?
Yes. The de facto situation in California is that theft is almost never prosecuted. It's maybe 1 or 2, maybe 1% of the time is theft prosecuted, and even when it is prosecuted, the criminals are let out on bail immediately. So basically, theft is legal in California. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Now there was recently a referendum in California to make stealing illegal again, which was and actually that was a very popular, and it passed. Because it was actually literally legal to steal anything under $1,000, which means people could just walk into a store at $1,000 at a time and take out anything they want. And if the storekeeper stopped them, the storekeeper would be arrested. So this is literally like the Joker and Batman. It's like the criminals, are in charge, and the honest citizens are arrested. It's just completely insane. Now, like I said, the people in California did vote overwhelmingly to make theft illegal again. But astonishingly, the governor of California, Governor Newsom, he was against the making theft illegal, which doesn't make any sense.
And he just didn't implement it?
Yeah, well, no, but what they're going to do is, even though it is technically illegal again, the sort of far left will refuse to enforce it. So because you really need two things for something to work, for laws to work. You need both the law and you need enforcement of the law. And if you don't have, so I mean, this is something that George Soros really figured out. I mean, he's sort of a brilliant guy, but honestly very anti-human in my opinion. Is that you don't actually need to change the law; you just need to stop enforcement of the law, and that does the trick. So I think there is somewhat of a reawakening in the U.S. and I think even in California, people are tired of this, and they want change. And I think that's really, if you say like, why people are wondering, like, why did Donald Trump win? And it wasn't just a small victory. In the U.S. elections this year, President Trump won the Electoral College. He also won the popular vote, majority of the people, and the House is Republican and the Senate is Republican. What this says is the American people are demanding change. They're being very clear, and my recommendation for the people in Germany is to do the same. If you are unhappy with the situation, you must vote for change, and that is why I'm really strongly recommending that people vote for AFD. That's my strong recommendation, and I think this is simply the sensible move, and I think Alice Beadle's a very, very reasonable person, and hopefully people can tell just from this conversation, like, nothing outrageous is being proposed, just common sense. In fact, I, as I've said publicly, I think only AFD can save Germany. And I just want to be very clear about that. Only AFD can save Germany. End of story. And people really need to get behind AFD, and otherwise things are going to get very, very much worse in Germany.